TeeBeetz here again, producer with the vibe. In my last video, I went through the process of how I mix my Afrobeats vocals, and I can remember I showed what is known as a parallel compression, and I didn't go into a thorough explanation on what a compression is, or rather what a compressor does in the mix and why it is extremely important. So first of all, I'm gonna explain what a compression is. Now, what is a compression, or what does a compressor do? A compressor actually makes the quieter parts of your song a little louder, and then the louder parts of your song a little bit tamed to make it a little quieter. Now, why is this important? In every song, or in every, okay, let me just show it right here. Like, I have this project loaded up. Catching Feelings is the name of the song by a friend of mine, Clint Rich. This is what we call dynamics. As you can see in this wave right here, you see that there are quieter parts right here and there are louder parts. You can see there's a loud part here, there's a loud part here, there's a louder part here, and there are much quieter parts around it. This is what we call dynamics. In order for us to tame this dynamics mix, we use what is called a compression, and this is achieved with a compressor. So why is this necessary? It's because it helps everything to actually go hand in hand. You can't imagine listening to a song and then you hear I am going to, it just doesn't sound okay. So in order for the song to actually go smoothly, it needs some of those quieter parts to actually come up a little, and then those louder parts, or the loudest part, to be tamed a little and make them a little quieter. Now, what does a compressor consist of? I will come up here and I will load two compressors, two of my favorite compressors here, which is the Fruity compressor and the FabFilter Pro C2. I chose these two because one doesn't have any visual at all, and then the other has visual, and I'm going to go through what each and every one of these knobs are in this compressor. Let's get right to it. So every compressor will have these major four knobs, which is the threshold, the ratio, the release, the gain, and the attack. These are the four most important or major parts of the compressor itself. Now, I will go through what a threshold is. Now, what is the threshold? The threshold actually controls the height of what is being compressed. It actually controls the height of the compressor. Like, I'll use a visual for this now. I have a song loaded up here. I made the beats. Play a part of the vocal with the song, and then you will hear how some of the dynamics were just going off the roof and how compression helps to tame those. So here it is.
Clintwish, you need to concentrate. Abba, for my matter, not let me elaborate. One kiss, I don't switch like Benson switch. You supposed to know these things.
So as you can see there, let me turn off the beat so you listen to it. As you can see here, from this this place was extremely high. Somewhere around here too was extremely high. So
Clintwish, you need to concentrate. Abba, for my matter, not let me elaborate. One kiss, I don't switch like Benson switch. You supposed to know these things.
As you can see, some of the dynamics are just jumping off the roof. So to help control this, I will load up the FabFilter Pro C2 because this has some visuals in it. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna play the vocal, and then you will see what the threshold visually means. Like I said before, it controls what is being compressed. So
Clintwish, you need to concentrate. Abba, for my.
So as you can see here, this is what the threshold is touching right now. So if I pull it up a little to just touch just the peaks, I will only be compressing just the peaks of the song.
Clintwish, you need to concentrate. Abba, for my
As you
matter,
can
not
see,
let
it's giving a visual of what is being compressed, which is just the peaks of the songs, of the vocals, sorry. So now, the more I extend, reduce the threshold, the more you see this line over here going down. It's the same to when it comes to any other compressor without these visuals, but I'm just showing a visual of what the threshold is.
Clintwish, you need to concentrate. Abba, for my matter, not let me elaborate.
As you can see, this red parts, you can see is compressing most of the loudest parts of the song. Now, the more I turn it down,
Clintwish, you need to concentrate.
You see what is being compressed here. It goes down even more. So the threshold is the part of the loudness that you are compressing. The lower the threshold, the lower the compression. That's the lower the height of the compression. Like, for instance, this is my finger trying to come out and I'm trying to push it down. The lower this hand goes, the lower the finger goes down. That is how the threshold is the threshold in a compressor actually works. Now, what is the ratio? Now, the ratio controls the strength of compression. Now, this is the height. This is what we want to compress. Okay, let me put it here.
Clintwish, you need to concentrate.
Okay, now you can see this is what is being compressed. Now, the ratio is how strong you want this compression to actually be, how hard you want the compression to actually hit. Now, if I were to select a ratio of 4.1 thereabouts, as every level around that 4 dB over this threshold, which we've set here, every level over 4 decibels of this threshold will be compressed down to 1 decibel. When we go to 8 points and we go up, we are doing some heavy compression. That means we are compressing heavily. So most people will tell you that the best rate to keep your compression is 3.1, 2.1, but I will tell you it depends on the song. You just need to actually listen with your ears. So the next one is the gain. Now, what does the gain do? Okay, before we go to the gain, the next one will be the attack. Now, this attack, you can see the attack here too. You can see an attack here too. Now, what this attack does, it shows how fast you want your compression to actually hit. That's what this attack is all about. How fast you want the compression to hit. Like how fast you want whatever is being compressed to be compressed. Now we have the release. Now what the release does is the release controls how fast the signal falls back to being uncompressed. We also have the gain. Now what is the gain? Definitely when you're compressing, the sound of the song actually goes lower because you're compressing. Is what it is called, compression, and whatever is compressed is being suffocated. So you actually have to boost those sounds back to the original volume with the gain. So it is what it is. It is gain. Now I have this loaded. I have the Fab Filter Pro C2. Go for the ratio of about 3.1. Okay, I'll go for a faster attack and then a medium release. So you will listen. Now I'll boost the gain a little. So what I will do now, I will consolidate this so you see. Now after consolidating this, it's the same, but you can see the loudest parts of the song are being tamed a little, and you can see it's more leveled out more than before. Like, see the quiet parts here, they've come up. This louder part here, it's almost the same with this whole range. So if I were to play it for you and bypass it, you will hear the difference, and you will hear how smooth this just goes in and how uncontrolled the dynamics of the other one is. So let me play it. Let me play the compressed one so you see how smooth it sounds.
Clintwish, you need to concentrate. Abba, for my matter, not let me elaborate. One kiss, I don't switch like Benson switch. You supposed know these things.
So you see, those louder parts before are now in line with the quieter parts. Let me play the uncompressed one.
Clint Wish, you need to concentrate. Abba, for my matter, not let me elaborate. One kiss, I don't swish like Benson swish. You supposed know these things.
So you see how important a compression is and why it's important to always apply a compression. So till next time, TeeBeetz out, producer with the vibe. Thank you so much for watching.